I'm going to demonstrate the insertion of the Proseal LMA using the gum elastic bougie technique as described by Dr. Grimacombe in the January edition of Anesthesiology. The first thing one does is to totally deflate the Proseal so there are no wrinkles in the tip. The second step is to put a small amount of water-soluble lubricant on the tip of the bougie and insert the bougie through the gastric port with the hooked end coming out the top. The last step is to put a small amount of water-soluble lubricant on the dorsal side of the Proseal. You are now ready for the insertion. The Proseal LMA has already been prepared. The patient is asleep. Tammy will remove the mask and check for adequacy of jaw relaxation. The laryngoscope will then be inserted gently into the patient, and a gentle laryngoscopy is then performed. The bougie is then inserted approximately 5 centimeters into the esophagus. The laryngoscope is then removed. Proseal LMA is then inserted using standard insertion technique, at which point the cuff is then inflated to adjust seal pressure. Adequacy of ventilation is then checked by watching the chest rise and checking parenteral CO2. The Proseal LMA is then taped in place. And then the bougie is then removed. If desired, a nasogastric tube could then be inserted through the gastric port of the Proseal. We're done.